The Korbel Distinguished Alumni Award celebrates the significant contributions of Korbel school graduates that Korbel school graduates make in the wider world, having been shaped by their programs, faculty, and classmates. This year's recipient has a long and impressive record in higher education, international diplomacy, and the inclusion of women in the making of foreign policy. As a PhD student and teaching assistant, Lynn writes, we already saw signs of greatness in Claudia, Fuentes, Julio. Her lectures were rich in information and carefully organized. Her knowledge of democratic development in Latin America was impeccable, and she was always ready to spend extra time with her students. In the years since then, Claudia Fuentes has taught politics, international relations, diplomacy, and most recently peace studies at Chapman University in Southern California. While she was at Chapman, I had the chance to hear from her students, Lynn writes, while conducting an external review of the program there. It was no surprise at all to hear that Professor Fuentes was a standout and a clear favorite among her students. Last year, in light of her distinguished academic career and her years of dedication to the cause of disarmament and the inclusion of women in the making of foreign policy, Claudia was selected to become Chile's permanent representative to the United Nations in Geneva. For her service to higher education, diplomacy, the inclusion of women in foreign policy, and the goal of peace throughout the world, this year's Distinguished Alumni Award goes to Ambassador Claudia Fuentes Julio.
Thank you. I'm honored, really honored to receive the Distinguished Alumni Award. And I would like to thank Dean of the Joseph Korbel School of International Studies, Professor Fritz Meyer, and also Professor Lynn Holland for her wonderful words as well. I'm proud to be here this evening paying tribute to Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, who paved the way for women in diplomacy. She has been an inspiration for women around the world, including myself, who were empowered and believed that it's possible to occupy such high positions of power and authority in a male-oriented world of international politics. It is also an honor to receive this award in the presence of Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, who has transformed the way foreign policy is understood and practiced by bringing women from the periphery to the center of foreign policy, making clear the link between the status of women and the attainment of security and peace, and her continuous reminder that women's rights are human rights. As permanent representative of Chile to the UN in Geneva, I dedicate a significant part of my work to the promotion of women's rights. The good news is that today there are more states, including Chile and other Latin American countries, committed to a feminist foreign policy and the promotion of gender equality. I'm thankful to the professors at Korbel for the knowledge and critical understanding of international politics that has been significant for my role as ambassador. I would like to pay a special tribute to Professor and former Dean Tom Farrer, from whom I learned that a principled yet pragmatic human rights foreign policy is possible. During my time in Denver, I also found friendship and actually love. In front of here is another DU alumni, Raslan Ibrahim, who has been the best and most supportive partner. Thank you. And this year, we commemorate the 75th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. This is an opportunity to think how far we have gone in fulfilling the promise of human dignity and equality for all, and what needs to be done to respond to new human rights challenges. I am sure that Joseph Korbel School of International Studies will continue to be at the forefront of this debate. Thank you.